Welcome back. All right, so today, yes, I'm going to do a career video. I absolutely am. And we're going to talk about Scott Mellanby. So this is kind of that straight through line that I've been talking about, where going from one career video to another, I'm trying to go from one player to another who would have had, at least time playing together on the same team. So I go from Tocchet to Mellanby. Mellanby drafted 27th overall in 1984. By the Philadelphia Flyers, and he makes his debut with the Flyers in 85-86. 2 games played, no points, and no penalty minutes. That's right, this is another career video where I'm going to be looking at the penalty minutes because, honestly, being a Flyer in the 80s, that's kind of a requirement that you get a lot of penalty minutes, with a few exceptions, absolutely. 86-87, 71 games played in his rookie year, 11 goals, 21 assists, 32 points, 94 penalty minutes. In the playoffs, it's a run to the Stanley Cup final for Mellanby, 24 games, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points, and 46 penalty minutes in those playoff games. 87-88, this is where he starts to show his goal scoring. 75 games, 25 goals, 26 assists, 51 points, 185 penalty minutes. He plays 7 playoff games, records 1 assist, along with 16 penalty minutes. 88-89, 76 games played, 21 goals, 29 assists, 50 points. So back-to-back 20-goal seasons, 183 penalty minutes. Almost the exact same amount of penalty minutes. 19 playoff games. It's another long run for the Flyers. 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. 28 penalty minutes in those 19 games. So penalty minutes per game drops a bit that year. 89-90, only plays 57 games that year, 6 goals, 17 assists, 23 points. So it's a down year overall for Mellanby, but 77 penalty minutes. He's still at a pace where if he'd played 80 games, he would have a little over 100. So overall, his numbers dropped. But 90-91, bit of a bounce back year for him, 74 games, 20 goals, 21 assists, 41 points, 155 penalty minutes. So he's 5 years into his career, and in 3 of those 5 years, he's recorded at least 20 goals. 3 of those 5 years, he's recorded at least 150 penalty minutes. Popular guy, and he gets traded. May 30th of 1991, he is traded with Craig Berube. So this is a tough trade. There's some toughness going here, along with Craig Fisher in exchange for Dave Brown. So toughness out, toughness in. Corey Foster and Jari Kurri, who never played a game for the Flyers. This was a Kurri-Oilers problem, and so the Oilers traded him out. And there were some who believed that the return package for what included Jari Kurri wasn't necessarily enough. However, with the Oilers that first year, he played well. 91-92, 80 games played, 23 goals, 27 assists, 50 points. So right near career high in points. 197 penalty minutes, which was a career high. 16 games in the playoffs as Edmonton went to the conference final that year. 2 goals, 1 assist, 29 points. 92-93, his totals drop. 69 games. 15 goals, 17 assists, 32 points, to go with 147 penalty minutes. So, this is where we get into the 93 expansion. And, the Oilers decided, well, we've got other players we want to keep a hold of, and so they move on from Mellanby. Scott Mellanby's taken by the Florida Panthers in the 93 expansion draft. And that first year in Florida, a star is born. Mellanby, one of the best forwards for Florida that year, 80 games, 30 goals, 30 assists for 60 points, and 149 penalty minutes. So his penalty minutes per game drops a bit, but a 30-goal season, right? So there's that star maker that an expansion team can be, which is another reason why I wanted to talk about Mellanby, since we've got another expansion team coming in. And there has to be at least one player from this year's Seattle team who's going to set career highs in goals and get that opportunity he wasn't going to get where he was before being drafted in the expansion draft. 94-95, lockout shortened season, 48 games, but Mellanby's totals drop a lot. 13 goals, 12 assists, 25 points to go with 90 penalty minutes. 95-96, he plays 79 games, 32 goals, 38 assists for 70 points. So that's a career high. He wouldn't really get close to that again. 160 penalty minutes in 22 playoff games, 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points, and 44 penalty minutes. So this is the year Mellanby's an all-star. The Florida Panthers go all the way to the Stanley Cup final. It is his second Stanley Cup final in his career. And he created the rat trick. So we end up with plastic rats flooding the ice every time Florida scores a goal that season, and it's because of Scott Mellanby. There was a rat in their locker room, their dressing room, and he killed it with a stick prior to the home opener. And then he scored 2 goals in that home opener. So the rat trick was born based on that. And all the way up until the Stanley Cup final, where Colorado Avalanche fans actually threw rat traps onto the ice. So Avs fans thinking fast there. And it was an interesting Stanley Cup final, although Florida was completely and totally overwhelmed by the Colorado Avalanche. Game 4 took a long time to get finished, and eventually it was, I believe, Uwe Krupp that finished that final off. But yeah, it was an inspiring underdog run by a Florida team that was only in their 3rd year of existence. 96-97, 82 games, 27 goals, 29 assists, 56 points. So he's off from his career high, but still very good production for a power forward. 170 penalty minutes as well. 5 games in the playoffs, only 2 assists and 4 penalty minutes. So Florida was unable to reproduce that success the following year in the playoffs. 97-98, 79 games played for the Panthers, 15 goals, 24 assists, 39 points, and 127 penalty minutes that year. 98-99, just the 67 games played for Florida, 18 goals, 27 assists, 45 points. So his scoring comes back up again, 85 penalty minutes. So again, he's still putting up a lot of penalty minutes, and you don't go to the Hall of Fame for being in penalty minutes, but you know, you do end up having a pretty good career if you play a long time, which he did. So 99-2000 rolls around. Mellanby plays 77 games, which is 10 more than the season before, but his totals stay almost exactly the same. 18 goals, 28 assists, 46 points, 126 penalty minutes. Florida does make the playoffs in 4 games, 1 assist for Mellanby, and 2 penalty minutes. Florida, of course, since that run to the Stanley Cup final in 95-96, have not managed to get out of the first round. So 2000-2001 in his final go-around with Florida, 40 games, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. So the offense just drops right off the map. 46 penalty minutes, and on February 9th, he is traded to the St. Louis Blues for a 2002 fifth and Dave Morissette. So I'm going to say straight out, I don't think Florida necessarily got full value here, because while he was having a poor season after the trade, in 23 games for St. Louis, he had 7 goals, 1 assist, 8 points, 25 penalty minutes, and then he adds 3 goals and 3 assists for 6 points in 15 playoff games, as well as 17 penalty minutes. 2001-2002, his first full season in St. Louis, 64 games, 15 goals, 26 assists, 41 points, 93 penalty minutes. In 10 playoff games, 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points, 18 penalty minutes. And of course, St. Louis, their problem isn't necessarily getting out of the first round, it's getting beyond the second. 2002-2003, 80 games played, 26 goals, so an excellent season there. 31 assists, 57 points, 176 penalty minutes. So that's kind of a return to form for him there. 6 games in the playoffs, just the 1 assist, and 10 penalty minutes. 2003-2004, and what would be his final season in St. Louis, we see his offensive numbers drop again. 68 games, 14 goals, 17 assists, 31 points, 76 penalty minutes. In 4 playoff games, just the 1 assist and 2 penalty minutes for him there. So he becomes a free agent after the lockout wiped out 04-05 season. And in January 26th, actually, he signed in 2004. Good thing I write that on the board, huh? July 26th of 2004, he signed with Atlanta. Wouldn't actually make his debut until after the lockout wiped out season takes place. So 05-06, plays 71 games for the Atlanta Thrashers. 12 goals, 22 assists, 34 points, 55 penalty minutes as well. And in his final season of 06-07, still in Atlanta, 69 games, 12 goals, 24 assists, 36 points to go with 63 penalty minutes. So he was always good in terms of the toughness. His scoring was still pretty good towards the finish of it. Just the 4 playoff games in 06-07. But keep in mind, that's the only time Atlanta made the playoffs. And he had 4 penalty minutes there as well to go with no points. In his career, 1,431 games played, which is 31st on the all-time list of games played. 364 goals, 476 assists, 840 points, 2,479 penalty minutes, which is 24th on the all-time list. Now, to go along with those penalty minute totals, In the playoffs, 136 games, 24 goals, 29 assists, 53 points, 220 penalty minutes. Sadly, Scott Mellanby is another one of those players who was in a couple of Stanley Cup finals, was not a player who actually got that cup ring during his playing time. And again, 1,431 games, that's a long time playing hockey. And yeah, quite the career for Scott Mellanby as well. So I'll go ahead and put him in the THG Hall of Fame. It is of small consolation when you haven't won a Stanley Cup. And, you know, he didn't win, you know, trophies and all this, but pretty good player. Did appear in the All-Star game. And again, 364 goals. Not bad for a power forward. So, the career of Scott Mellanby, the creator of the rat trick, and the reason why every now and then in Florida you still see rats being thrown on the ice. This is the plastic rats, so it's not real. As far as I know, nobody's thrown like a real dead rat on the ice in Florida. I don't recommend that. Anyways, yeah, but plastic rats, if you see it, you know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Do not forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.